Today, like I said, is our last day with chapter 3, okay? Fill in our first four lines up here. What you'll notice today, page 43, what you'll notice today is that we're going to start seeing absolute value inequalities. So on Friday, you don't have to write this, but on Friday, we saw things that had an absolute value and then we had equals a number, okay? That's what we looked at on Friday. Today, we're going to see inequalities instead of equal signs, okay? And there's a very specific way that we have to solve each of these, okay? All right, these are little tricks that help me know how to solve, okay? The first one is when I see a less than symbol, I'm going to make my inequality into a compound inequality with an and, okay? And I like to remember that with less than, okay? No, that's not a word, but it just reminds me that less than, I'm going to turn it into an and. Then the same way, if I have an or, if I have a greater than problem, it's going to turn into a great or inequality, okay? So let's just notice this for a second. Look at our first box right here, okay? In my first box, I have an absolute value is less than C, okay? So that tells me it's an and problem. And now what are some things we notice? Look at my first box right here. What are some things we notice about how I'm going to rewrite this? What are some things you just observe? Go ahead, Megan.
Wait, how do you know that it's an and?
Because it's a less than symbol.
Oh,
Okay? The less than symbol tells me it's an and problem. Which remember, and compound inequalities were one big one, right? We rewrote it into one long one. All right, what are some observations we have about how I rewrote this? Similarities, differences from this side to that side.
the ax plus b.
Yeah, the ax plus b, right, is the same. Okay, so the ax plus b is the same. So what I like to say, the inside of my absolute value becomes the inside of my inequality, right? Inside over here becomes the inside over there. What do you notice goes away, though? The bars, right? The bars disappear. Okay, when we rewrite it, the bars go away. All right, what do you notice about my C's? Yeah, a negative C and a positive C. Okay?
Wait, where did we get the other c from?
That's just us rewriting it. If you remember, when we rewrote absolute values, we had two answers. One was positive, one was negative. One was positive, one was negative. Okay? Now, it matters where we put the C's. Why do you think I have the negative C listed first? Why is my negative C listed first? Because it's less, right? It's the least. Okay? Least to greatest. Okay? We want my lower number written first. All right, let's practice one of these. Look at A. All right, so my absolute value bars are by themselves. That's going to be our first step. Get absolute value bars. By themselves. So our first step. Step 2 is going to be to determine if it's an and or an or. And then step 3 is going to be to rewrite and solve. Okay? So those are our steps. You can write them anywhere they fit on your paper. I just have room right there. All right, so my absolute value bars are by themselves. I look at my symbol. It's a less than symbol, right? I would read that absolute value of x is less than 3. So I know that this is going to be an and inequality when I rewrite it. Okay? When I rewrite it, the inside stays the same. Okay? Nothing changed about the inside. Greater is a great or problem. Less than is an and. Bring my symbols, one on each side. Notice my symbols don't change, right? They're both facing the same way, both less than. And now I'm going to write, let me use green. Now I'm going to write negative 3 and 3. Again, my lower number coming first. So my negative number coming first. Any question how I rewrote that? Mm-hmm. The symbol, you mean?
Yeah.
So we're doing a less than situation. So they're both less than.
How do you go with the last one?
Right here. It says x is less than 3. So this less than tells me to do an and problem here. Okay? All right, so now I'm going to come over here. What kind of a circle am I going to have on negative 3 and 3? Open or closed? Open. So I have an open. I have an open, and it's an and, so where should I shade? In between or going opposite directions? In between, because it's and. Remember, we're going towards each other, a barbell. Okay?
Wait, what's the other one? Wait.
It's just an and problem going towards each other.
Yeah, but like there's the other one and that means shoot out. What's that one?
The oars of a boat?
Oh.
Yeah, that's the other one. Yeah.
If it was the negative, would you turn the symbol the other way?
If it was a negative. Nope, you're thinking of the next one.
What do you mean negative?
You're thinking of my next problem.
Oh.
All right, so let's keep moving. Let's come up here. Let's look at this one. Okay. So this is an or situation, right? I look at my symbol. I look at my symbol right here. Okay. And I have an or because it's great or. Okay. So that tells me how to rewrite it. I'm going to rewrite it as an or problem. Okay. Now, what are some things we notice about this or problem? What are some similarities, differences? What are some observations we have in my rewrite? Right, we got two of the same equations, right? So there's my middle again. I'm going to repeat the middle. Okay. So I repeat ax plus b and ax plus b. What else do we see, Willow?
The positive and the negative have like opposite whatever.
Yeah, symbols. Good. Willow noticed our big one here, okay? So we have, notice right here, my sign stays the same. Okay, it was greater than, still greater than. But Willow noticed here, I had a sign change. That's the key. I want you to circle that, underline it. I don't care what you do, but you have to remember that. That was a terrible circle with it. Okay? When we have a negative, we need to flip our sign. Negatives do crazy things to inequality signs. Remember, when we divide or multiply by a negative, it flipped? When I write my negative answer, it flips. Okay? So the negatives do crazy things. Notice up here in my and, did I have any sign changes in the and? No. My signs don't change with and. They do change with or. Okay? All right, let's try an or problem. So let's look at B. All right, so I see that it has a greater than or equal to, so I know it's an or. Okay, so I'm going to write or over here. I'm going to write two different scenarios. Yeah?
Wait, in the practice one, there's the negative doesn't come first.
The negative doesn't come first.
Yeah.
Which one up top?
Yeah.
That's okay. In the or situation? In the or situation, it doesn't matter. Yeah? Good question. The or, I can have my negative listed next. Because would you agree these are just two different problems?
Yeah.
Two separate equations?
Wait,
That's why it doesn't matter.
Isn't that the negative that's first?
As long as you flipped your sign. Okay? All right, so I have K stays the same on both ones. The first one, nothing changes. The only thing that happens is my sign goes away. My absolute value bars go away. So I have K is greater than or equal to 1. Or I have K is less than or equal to negative 1. So we have two changes we have to make. We flip the sign. We change the number to be a negative. Okay? Now we graph it. So on 1, I'm going to have I'm going to have a closed circle on 1. And its K is greater than, so I'm going up. Okay, then I have a negative 1, closed circle, and it's less than, so it's going down. Okay? And again, it's an or problem, so it should make me happy they're going in two different directions. Yeah. All right. Any questions on these two? Great. Try C and D.
Wait, there's only one more number there.
You should have one for each.
That one, that one, that one, and that one.
See this one?
What did I do?
I think you graphed this one twice. Just make a new one for the last one.
Oh, okay.
Technically you are. Because think about it, like, this is something x is less than negative 5, right? What is x is greater than negative 5? Yeah, so technically you are. However, if we just write it like this, we can right.
Can I rewrite it or can
You can rewrite it as two separate inequalities in the end. You can't rewrite a simple like that, because that's different. You're saying x is less than negative 5.
But then when I'm shading it, it's not the same.
Right, it's not the same. So if you think about what you just grabbed, we did it this way, this is less than 5, what do we say?
Oh, wait, no.
We just did that way, okay? This one, x is less than negative 5, so what should we say? Right, is that an and problem? So when you have, the only time we switch our signs is with an or.
Oh.
That's it. With and it stays.
But Mr. B told me to switch it.
Was he having you write it like this?
Yeah. Okay, can you do it?
Is he having you do it this way?
It's an and if there's no and, it's an or if
Well,
there's
in this one situation. Okay,
Yeah, that's-
ready?
that's-
I'll show
that's
you,
it.
we're doing the same thing. So here's x, this is what we just wrote. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, nothing changed, just wrote it. Two separate inequalities. Here's our first one. You agree?
Yeah.
I want to write this one with an x first.
Oh, I get it now.
We're doing the same thing.
Oh, I forgot that the variable has to do with the constant. Oh.
All right. Our first one was an and situation. Okay, so we should have written our negative 5 is less than u, which is less than or equal to 5.
Wait, she was and?
Here's my graph. She was an and situation because it was less than, right? Absolute value of u is less than 5. So less than
That was not wrong.
and.
Wait,
Okay?
So that was for C. Wait, how was that and?
Because it's a less than symbol right there. Okay?
I did the wrong way.
All right, D is great or. So they're going opposite directions. Okay? It's great or. Notice my sign changed. My Z, my less than, flips. Okay? It was greater, becomes a less than, negative 4. All right, any questions on these two? Yeah.
How do you know, like for Z, like, if the second symbol is greater, like, how do you know them and
How do you know if it's and negative 5? For C,
I think for any, like, which way,
how do I know it's a less than situation?
no, like, is it less than or equal?
Oh, I see. Because of this. We just keep the same symbol. So this had an or equal to, so these have or equal to.
But then what about B?
B, those ones should have the line under.
I put
Okay? Good question.
not me.
All right. We okay?
Yes.
All right, let's try a harder one. Come on to the back. Okay? Now we see an equation inside. Okay? Now, we're not going to solve it. The start of our problem isn't going to be any different. Okay? So,
They're gonna be like really big ones.
my absolute value is by itself, right? We'll get there. Don't you worry, we'll. Okay? My absolute value is by itself. So I'm ready to determine if it's an and or an or. What do we think this one is? And or? And. Okay? We have an and situation because it's a less than problem. Okay? So because it's an and, I know I can create one big long inequality. My sign stays the same, both sides. I like to write it like this sometimes. I know it's an and, so I know I'm making one big long inequality. My inequality signs stay the same. Okay, the inside is going to come down, so x minus 4 comes down. And then on either side, I have a negative 3 and 3. Again, making sure my negative 3 comes first, right? It has to be in order, least to greatest. Okay? Negative 3 first. Okay? Negative 3, then a positive 3. Then we would solve, right? So, this is a good review. Draw your lines down for my two inequality signs. I'm trying to get x by itself. So what should I do? Add 4. Where should I add 4? Both sides, everywhere, right? Remember, we have 3 different sections now. Yeah.
How do you know when to solve it and when to solve it?
You're always going to solve it.
When we don't solve the other ones.
Yeah, you did. There was nothing to solve. X was already by itself. There was nothing inside the absolute value.
Oh,
Okay?
okay.
All right, so then I would have a 1. I have an X. I have a 7. That is your final answer. As soon as your variable is by itself, you're done. Okay? Again, notice this should always be lower. This should be my lower number. 1 is less than 7. Okay? Then you did something wrong. Probably up here. You probably put the negative on the wrong side.
How does that even work?
Okay? What if it was less than 7? It wouldn't. Okay? All right, so let's graph. Pick our 2 critical numbers. Okay, get some other numbers in there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay?
Do we have to put other numbers?
I need at least one other number in each section. Okay? All right, so now I'm going to have an open circle on 1, open circle on 7, and where should I shade? In between. Okay? There's my graph. Yeah.
How do you know to fill it in between?
Because it's an and problem.
How do you know?
Because, well, it told me that up top. And my answer, remember our and problems are our only kind of problems that can look like this. Okay? Which part?
I don't understand like how you know if it's or or and.
My symbol at the very beginning.
So like if it's greater
Greater
than, it's or,
Mm-hmm.
and if it's less than,
It's an and. Yep. Yeah.
If we're like, if it's an or and then we switch it, would we only switch it if it's negative?
Like the sign, you mean?
Yeah.
Yep. Only if it's a negative. All right. We'll see that right down here. All right. Look at example 2. My absolute value bars are by themselves. Remember, that's our first step. Okay? They're by themselves. There's nothing around them. So now I'm ready to determine if this is an and or an or. What is it, Savannah? It's an or. Perfect. Okay? This is an or situation. Okay? Because it's great or. Okay? So I have an or problem. My middle stays the same here. So I have 2x plus 2. That's going to get written twice. Okay, remember with an or situation, we're rewriting. We're doing 2 different problems. Okay? The first one, nothing changes. My sign stays the same. My 6 stays the same. Okay? The second one, however, there's two things that change. Someone give me one of the things that change. Sign changes. Good. My sign's going to flip. What's the other thing that changes are? Yeah, my number's going to become a negative. Okay, so I have a negative number and my sign changes. Two different changes. Yeah.
So do you only change if it's
Yep. All right. Now we're going to solve it, right? So if you remember with OR problems, we draw a little squiggle. We're really just solving two separate inequalities here. Okay? So I'm going to subtract 2. So I get a 2x, 4, divided by 2. X is greater than or equal to 2. Okay, that's one of my answers. Then we'll solve the other side. Subtract 2. Do I need to flip my sign again?
Yes, you have to.
No, because it was divided by a negative.
Wait, but then it'll be the same as a.
All right, I'm hearing a lot of good answers. We always determine if we flip our sign by what we divide by. I'm dividing by a positive, so I need to leave my sign alone. Okay? The only time we'd flip it is if this number was a negative. Okay? All right, so we have this or that. So what should I hope my graph looks like when I'm done? Going a barbell or oars of a boat? Oars of a boat. Barbells and. Okay? All right, so now we're going to come down here. -4 needs to come first. Okay? 3, -2, -1, 0, 1. Yep, we're going to have some closed circles up in here.
Wait, can you also flip it at the beginning?
What do you mean?
When you asked once you got the answer if you flip it, so I flipped it at the beginning.
I was asking if I have to flip it again because I was dividing with a negative. I was not dividing with a negative, so we leave our sign the same.
So you just flip it if you're done.
Yeah, remember way back when we had like this problem? We divided by -3. We'd have to flip it to be a -2. Remember that? I was just bringing that back a little bit. Well, we didn't have to do it.
Can I go home?
Can you go home? Not yet. My goodness. Hold on, people. We're almost there. All right. So we had a -4. And we had a 2. Where should I shade from my -4? It says x is less than -4. So where am I going? Left. What about my 2? Where am I going? Left or right? Right. Perfect. Perfect. Yes.
What if it's like the absolute value and then it's like plus another number and then it's the sign?
You mean like that?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Flip your paper over. Let's do this next one. Yeah.
Wouldn't it be shaded in between?
Because it's an or problem.
But my symbols were basically in between each other.
We had this one. Greater than.
My brain hurts.
Yeah, you said whatever's pointing
Two
to.
unit test in one day, bro.
Where is x? Where is x compared to 2?
It's in the front and you said whatever the thing is pointing to.
I literally
Right. So here's 2. Shading that way.
I'm going to leave early because my dad dropped something off.
Oh.
Okay.
She was like, I can hear the music. Can you please turn
And then same with this one. -4. Shading that way.
She said that Jeff focused on my machine.
All right.
It wasn't even all the way up either.
Couple more we're going to do together here. All right, look at our next one. Now, Megan noticed, what do I have with my absolute values?
A 3.
I have a 3 on the outside. I have to get it by itself first. So before I, oh, that's way too thick of a line. Before I even determine if it's a and or, I have to add 3. So I have 2x plus 1 greater than or equal to 9. Now I'm ready to determine what it is. So what do I have here? An and or situation? Or, because it's great or. Okay. So I'm going to rewrite it as my or situation. I have two different problems. Remember, two different inequalities here. One of them is going to be the exact same. Nothing changes. I have the inside. My sign stays the same. My number stays the same.
Wait, is that a divided or a plus?
That's a divided. I mean, a plus right here, you mean?
No, like in the absolute value bars, like between the two.
That's a plus. A plus.
No.
Okay. Or, what will my next inequality be? What would I write?
2x plus 1 sign thingy negative.
What sign thingy? Which way is it?
The other way, greater or less than.
Less than or equal to -9. Okay? All right, now we simplify. Okay? So I draw my squiggle down. I'm going to simplify one at a time. So I subtract 1. Okay, so we just simplify both inequalities. Now I'm ready to graph. So I've got a -5. I've got a 4. 4, 5, -6. Okay. I'm going to have closed circles. And this is an or situation, so where should I shade? Towards each other or away? Good, away. Perfect. You are. You guys will get better with practice, okay? All right, try our next one.
No, wait, this one's hard.
You're going to be just fine. You're going to be just fine.
Can I use the restroom?
Yes.
Can you scroll back up?
Mm-hmm.
So it's an
So, I thought that, like when you're shading, we go the way the arrows.
Yep, you could do it that way. So, x is greater than or equal to 4. So here's 4. Where's the arrow pointing? Where should I go? Left or right?
Oh, wait, you just did it on opposite sides.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Oh, dang it. You did it wrong. I don't know how to do it. Alright, so back
If you're stuck on setting up, go back to example 1. Example 1 is where we solved another equation like this.
Wait, we're doing example 4?
You are doing example 4.
Multiplication, but I have to have it. So I divide by 1
Mm-hmm. You can do it that way.
What do you mean you can do it that way?
There's a couple ways you can do it. That would work.
What do you mean?
We also could have multiplied by something.
Oh, 2 over 1.
Mm-hmm. All right, this is how we should have set it up. I'm not showing the answer. I'm just showing how we should have set it up. Remember, it's an and problem. Okay. This told me I had an and situation. So I left my middle alone. I made sure my negative number came first. Then my positive number. My signs stay the same.
I don't laugh and matter, by the way.
Okay, so there's that. Not joking, guys. I want to make calculations. -4. Alright, how about graph this? 4.
All right, so we should have subtracted 1 first. Then we were left with -2. It's less than 1/2 x, which is less than 0. I multiplied everything by the reciprocal, which was just 2 over 1, or 2. You could have divided by 1/2 also. You'd get the same answer. -4, x, and 0. What is 2 times 0?
I put 2, like,
Ah, you did 2 times 1.
I was thinking 1.
And then when we graph it, what should this look like?
Going in
Barbell. Barbell. Okay. Penny, okay? Do you have a question? To get rid of my 1/2. Remember, we could multiply by our reciprocal, which would just be 2/1, which is just 2. All right, any questions on that one? Great, let's practice a couple more. Flip over the page. I want you to do 7, 9, and 11. 7. Nope.
No 5 and 6?
Nope. Just 7, 9, and 11. Okay, so work on those 3.
Wait, what happened to 10?
What do you mean? You want to do 10?
Do all of them? Shut up, please.
Yeah.
No.
When my pass comes back.
What we're not doing is
Yes.
So what is, remember radar variable first, so how do I rewrite this?
So we're doing 7, 8.
If I were to rewrite this by variable first, it would be x is what? If we flip, we gotta rewrite our sign too. -4. So where would I say? This way. Right?
Wait, which one? This is less than.
This is
This
and.
side,
Greater than?
this side.
Plus then? Number 7's and, right?
Yes.
Number 7, I blocked it, I don't know, and it's a war now. I can block it. Yeah, it's an and. This is in order, I forgot how to set this up. Shut up. Oh wait, never mind. Figure it out. Here's how I rewrite it. It's an and situation. Am I writing 2 separate inequalities or one big one? Okay, so let's write that. So make one big one. Okay, so we have our symbols. Write our symbol, symbol. Okay, good. Now what the inside of my absolute value is the inside of my inequality. And then on the other side, one of those has to be a negative. Which one? Yeah, good. Good. Now you're ready to solve.
Is -8 plus 1, is it positive 7 or negative 7?
Negative. Wait, but I have a decimal. Is that wrong? I have a decimal.
Wait, where does our C come from?
Just don't write down. Everything was okay though. Miss Fish and I'm getting a decimal.
For 9? Yeah.
Oh.
You're going to get some decimals. So I think for 9,
It's just negative.
you might get one for 11 too.
No.
You're going to be A-okay.
-6. -6. 0. Wait, this is the order something. Dang it. Why is this one so long?
Why would you just put in
Wait, how do I get, so do I solve this first? How do I
Get absolute value by itself first.
Wait, and then what do I do with this? Divide it?
Bring everything down. And then, yes, you will divide.
What the heck?
So then you have to go like that. You have to go
Wait, where do I divide it?
Where do you divide it? On both sides. So
So when you divide this side by 7, your 7's going to go away.
Yep, and that side will simplify.
Wait, I have a question.
Yeah.
Do I continue now, or do I, do I do this too?
Get rid of that too. Oh, remember, don't distribute. We don't distribute things through bars. Okay, you have to get rid of that by dividing.
Wait, it says like 2.6. Can I make it to 30 negative 30? It's negative 2.6.
Can I just move it like that? Yeah.